Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 12 of our Let's Play on Life is Feudal. So what's been happening over the weekend during Judgment Hour and the event, which we did reschedule to Sunday from Friday, hence why we didn't upload on the Friday. Well, the event went down really well, everybody enjoyed it, but I also received some feedback from the people who had participated in this event. And it was a good event. The attackers won, the defenders lost the engagement, and the attackers prevailed. But all parties that participated did get something in return. The defenders got to keep all of their armour and weapons that I graciously provided them, so my name is actually on the weapons and some of the armour pieces that were used in this event. The attackers had to forfeit all their armours and weapons, but apart from the tier 2 helmet that I let them keep. I gave them a breeding set of horses and 5 quality 75 linen cloth, which, to be honest, is quite expensive if you think about it. It is used to make tier 2 armours, which is why I'm making today's episode all about practice weapons and making armour. Some people who participated in the event basically detailed to me, Feudal, we don't know how to make these things, we don't know what the materials are, we don't know what crafting stations we need. So, I'm going to dedicate episode 12 to you guys who don't know how to make armour or how to level up your combat skills. This is for you guys today. So, what we're going to make is we're going to make a set of tier 1 and tier 2 armour. Now, I have plenty of the materials to make both, but let's show you what you need in terms of crafting stations. So let's go over here. These are the basic crafting stations you're going to need. First, you're going to need a forge and anvil, and you're going to need a workbench. You're also going to need all of your materials prep, 60 materials prep. You're going to need your smelting, and you're going to need armor smithing and forging. So this one right here. At level 0 you can forge armor parts. At level 30 you can actually make novice armor. At level 60 you can start to create blueprints and regular pieces of armor. Blueprints I'll detail a wee bit later in this video. So the first thing we really need is these crafting stations. Now, scale armor is probably the most common armor created in this game, next to plate and chainmail. So let's just show you what scale mail looks like. This is a scale tunic, this is a light scale tunic, this is considered a tier 1 armor set. Tier 1 armor sets only require simple cloth. That's how you kind of find out what they cost. This is a tier 1 because it only needs simple cloth. If we go to a regular piece, for example half plate, if we go to the half plate chest plate, it needs linen cloth, so it's stepping up away from the primitive cloth to the more refined flax produced cloth. So that is exactly what you need for that. But we're going to make a set of tier 1 armor. We're basically going to make a full set of scale armor here. So we're going to make the gauntlets, the greaves, the helmet, the leggings, the tunic and the vambraces. That is basically just your shoulders. So we need metal components. Now this is where the forge and anvil comes into play. You need obviously to turn it on, and when you're at level 0 armor smithing you can go to forge armor parts. Now these are all the armor parts you're going to need. So we're making scale, so we do need to make a bunch of scale strips. Now I've been busy and I've been collecting some iron, which you guys already know how to make, and I've been collecting some plant fibre to make this. So we need scale strips. I've only got 3 here, but we need more, so let's create a few more. So we'll create 10, right? So we've got a total of 13, right? Now we've got wire here and we've got our scale strips. Let's go back to the workbench and we'll find out what we need for our scale. So for scale we need simple cloth, thin leather, scale strips. Let's just find the median. So we need 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. We need 8 total of simple cloth. So let's create 8 simple cloth if we can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, we've got our 8, right? So we've now got our scale, we've got our simple cloth. What else do we need? Let's go back down to the scale. We need thin leather, right? So we need another crafting station. We need 2 crafting stations actually. We need a drying rack and we need a tanning tub. These can be created through the furniture. If you right click the ground, go to create a furniture, right? So we want a drying stand. There's the drying frame. It used to be called a drying stand. And we need a tanning tub. There's the tanning tub. And it'll give you the breakdown of what you need to create these. So as soon as you create those and you tan them up and you get your procuration up and stuff like that up, then you will eventually create thin and thick leather. So let me just click on the bottom chest here. There's some thick and thin leather. This is what thick leather looks like and this is what thin leather looks like. So I'm going to take 4 of these. I don't know how much thin leather, I didn't count it, but I'm just going to go by the amount we've got here. Okay, so we've got all the parts that we need to make a set of scale. So let's start at the bottom and work our way up. So there's our first one. So there's our vambraces coming out at 55 quality. You can see the damage mitigations, damage reduction. There's slashing 36%, piercing 30%, chopping 32%, blunt and siege roughly in the 20s. So let's get the tunic. There's the tunic right there. We created it up. 54 quality, similar kind of attributes. Let's get the leggings, get the helmet, get the booties, and there we go, the light gauntlets. So we did need 4 thin leather in total to create a full set of light scale. Now let me just take off my tabard. I've actually got some light scale on, so I'll just put on the pieces that I need to complete this set. So I just need the leggings, the chest and the head. So chest, leggings, head. Boom. And this is what a light scale armor looks like. This is tier 1 armor. It looks kind of like novice looking, doesn't it? You've only got a cloth waist skirt. You've got a bunch of pads that are comprised with the scale parts that we made, and the back is totally exposed. As you can see, there's no real armor on the back. So that's a tier 1 set of armor, and this will be perfectly fine for you, especially if you're using a one-handed sword. Now pay attention to the little effects. So you've got the first one, infantry weapon mastery, magnitude 3.52, increased damage on one-handed swords or one-handed weapons. This includes maces, morning stars, war picks, swords and axes, one-handed weapons, right? So we've also got this as well, shield mastery, magnitude 3.52, increased protection from shields. So essentially what that means is you've got a better chance of blocking incoming attacks with your shields. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Each individual armor set is tailored for specific skills, so let me just break them down for you. So we've got cavalry. Cavalry is chainmail. Chainmail is the suited armor for riding horses, right? At level 6, I think it's guard, level 30. Yep, padded. There you go. You can wear novice padded, I believe, at level 30. Yep, novice padded right there. Level 60 or 30, I believe it is. Yep, level 30 in Spearman, you can get regular padded. So, if you match your armor set to whatever skill that you're proficient in, the one that you prefer, for example, if you want to use spears, wear padded. It'll give you an additional boost, additional buff to your weapons. Footman, as we've just made it there, level 30, you can wear scale. At level 30 on this one, you can wear regular scale. So this is what regular scale looks like. It's a lot more protective. It's got more damage mitigation. And obviously at level 30, you can wear your heavy. Level, I think it's 90, you can wear the royals. So at these end skills here, at level 90, you can wear the royal sets. Level 90, you can wear royal leather. So leather is mainly for archers at level 30. you can wear your novice at level 30 here. You can wear your regular 30 here. You can wear your heavy, and at level 90 you can wear the royal. Now you're probably wondering, where's the plate? Plate is for two-handers. Plate is for two-handed weapons. So here's your plate mail. It goes with the plate and vanguard skills. At level 30 you can wear the half plate. So you'll basically be a plate user with a big two-handed bardiche, or potentially a broad axe, or a big maul or sledgehammer. And then obviously when you get to Berserker you can get level 30, get your full plate. At level 90 you can get your royal. So that's how they break down this tree, chainmail, this tree right here, padded, scale, leather, plate. Match your armour type to your weapon and you'll be granted a buff. Right, let's make some tier 2. This requires a wee bit more work. It requires you to have a good farmer, and it requires you to have a good procuration lad. Right, so let me just throw back on my tabard. So let me just run over here. So what we'll need now is we'll need linen cloth. And I'll show you exactly what we need for that. Let me just dump away my armour, all that armour that I collected during Judgment Hour. Look at that. I'm also going to wear the boots and the hands for this, because if I get jumped in my claim, then at least I can fight back. Okay, let's go back to the workbench and let's find out what we need for a tier 2 set of armour. Now, you'll notice a bit of paper appearing in my inventory as well when I make the sets. This is essentially just a blueprint. So, what do we want to make? Now, I don't have any regular chainmail, and chainmail is mainly my skill. If you've noticed from my live streams and from my previous videos, you'll see me on horseback with a big lance. I prefer to lance. That's my chosen skill to use. So we want 1, 4, 6, 7, none in there, 8. We need 8 linen cloth. So let's first make that. So linen cloth, what do we need for it? Here's the stations you'll need for it, right? You need to grow flax, and then you'll need to harvest it. As soon as you harvest it, you need to tan it. So you need to dump it into these tubs right here. As soon as it's come out, and I believe these ones are ready right here, they'll come out looking like those little white poofs of fibers, right? These are called flax fibers. Flax fibers are used to make linen cloth, linen ropes, hanks of linen, all that good stuff. Then you'll need one of these things. You need a spinning wheel. So what we want to do is we want to make a whole load of them, and then we just want to mass produce, because we don't have 55 of them to make a full load. And here they are here. They just appear as little balls of yarn essentially. So we're going to get a total of 19. We got 19 from that? I'm sure we should have got 20 from that. Right, we got 19. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. Next thing you're going to need is a loom. This is what you use your hanks on to make the cloth, right? So linen cloth, we need... realistically, I should go over here and go get another one, and we can create 4. Now, I'm sure I've already created some. No, I haven't. I lied. So we take 1 from here. We need a total of 8. So there's 20. So that's 4. There we go. There's 8 right there. Easy. So let's bring them over to the loom, and we'll use the loom. And we want linen cloth. We need 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. And they're coming out at 60 quality and 62 quality. Very good. Very good quality standards. Okay. Right, now that we've got the linen cloth, we can go back over, make sure that we've fulfilled the amounts. Make armor. Scroll down. Right, so we need hanks of linen for this. So we need 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, only 7. Okay, so let's go get 7 hanks of linen. So you do need a lot of flax to make this. You need a lot of materials to make a regular set. which is why everything's sped up in this server. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly take 10. I'm just going to take 10 just for the sake of it. I'm not going to be specific about it. I'm just going to take the load that I can find there. Okay, so we've got the hanks of linen. What else do we need? What other items do we actually need to complete this set? So we need chainmail. So we need 3, 8, 11, 12, 14, 15. So we need 15 units of chainmail. So what we need to do is we need to go to the anvil and forge. Make sure you've got your metal on you, and we need to make ourselves some chainmail. Forge armor parts, chainmail. Now we don't have a lot of wire, so we might have to cut it close here. So they come out as units of 2, and we need 15. So we definitely need more wire. So we're going to craft more wire, and they come out as units of 2s as well. Right, chainmail. Okay, we have enough now. So we've technically got 16, that's perfectly fine. It's always good to overcompensate how much you need. So these are the items that you need, right? Linen cloth, chainmail, hank of linen. Now, there are some requirements left. So, let's go back to it again. I'm sorry if this is boring you guys, but this is how I basically break down everything that I need. Okay, so I can make the van braces already. Leather strips. Now, I haven't shown you how to make those, so I'll quickly show you how to make those. Right, we've also got our small metal plates. You could see them in forging armor parts. We need thin leather. We need one. We only need one thin leather. That's good. So let's go get the thin leather, and I'll grab a thick leather, and I'll show you how to make the leather strips. I'll show you what skill you need for that as well. So we need to go, nope, it's the bottom one. That's my linen chest. So we need one thin leather, and one thick leather. There we go. Place that back in there because I won't need them anymore. So these are the strips here, the leather strips. Now they're only coming out at low qualities because my tailoring is very low at the moment. I might upgrade that to level 30, which is probably going to happen right here. So right click, sew armor, leather strips. Make sure you've got your thick leather, craft, just produce one. And it climbed to level 20, that's fine. So now that we've got our leather strips, let me just place them up here. Okay, so these are all the materials you need to make a full set of regular chainmail. So let's make the regular chainmail. I'm going to just bring these down here because I don't want the blueprints mixing with these. Bring them down. Okay, let's find the chainmail. So we'll go from the bottom up. So regular van braces. And we got a blueprint for a heavy set. Regular tunic. We got another one. There's the tunic right there. Regular leggings. There's another blueprint. Place it there. Regular chainmail helmet. Oh, we've not got any more wire. We need some wire. Good thing I've still got some material left on me. Okay, so let's just use up the rest of our common bars here to create the rest of the wire here. There we go. Manage furnace, we'll turn it off. Okay, so we got to the we actually got to the leggings, right? Okay. That's perfectly fine. There's the helmet. We got a helmet blueprint. Regular greaves. There's another blueprint. So in total we're going to get 6 blueprints here. And there we go, the last one. And that's it. Now, you're probably wondering, what do I do with the blueprints? You need level 90 in your armour smithing to learn heavy crafting blueprints. So what to do is to make lots of tier 1 and lots of tier 2, right? Level it up to the point where you get to 90, and then what you can do is you can right click and learn. Now this takes a wee while. I've purposely done this so it takes a long time for you to actually learn these. It's just the timer that's long. I might cut it down, I might not. Right? We'll get the rest, we'll learn the rest of them, and what will happen is, these are the common recipes that you can make on a whim. You can just make these straight away. It's when you click blueprints, it'll show you what you can make. So let me just finish up the rest of these blueprints, and then I'll show you what the blueprints are. I've already shown you, but I'll show you that the heavy chainmail is now in there. So I can now make a heavy set of scale and chainmail. Now, that's considered a tier 3 armour type. Now that is going to be really, really protective, especially against low quality weapons, for example axes and like kind of poorly made weapons as well. As the armour gets better, the quality of your weapons needs to get better as well. And there we go, learn the last one, and it'll be in the blueprints, and there it is. A full set of heavy chainmail, and it looks really nifty. It looks like a proper Viking set with the bishop's mantle and stuff like that. It's awesome. And then there's the heavy scale. It looks like a kind of samurai-esque Eastern European type of armour. But anyway, let's have a look at the regular scale, or the regular chainmail. So let me take off these bits and I'll show you exactly what this looks like. So let me just double click everything. You can do this. What it'll do is it'll queue the items to bind to your body. Boom, and there's chainmail. You look like a Norman raider, a Norman conqueror, and this is what you would normally use with a warhorse. As you can see here, Cavalry Weapons Mastery, magnitude 6.95, increased damage of any cavalry weapons used on horseback. So this includes half-in-hand swords, for example, the Big Falchion, the Bastard Sword, the Knight Sword. I don't think there's any other half-in-hand swords here actually. And then obviously your Jousting Lance, your basic, like lethal lance, and then you've got your Royal Lance, or your decorated Jousting Lance. This does an absurd amount of damage, by the way. Get 90 in Lancer, and you will dominate with this weapon. Alright, so we've made a full set of tier 2 and tier 1 armour today. Now the last thing I want to show you guys is how to train up particular skills, right? So let me just take off this stuff here, and I'll put it away in my Judgment Hour box, as I call it. And what I'll do is I'll stash away all the remaining items here, so when I have to make another set of armour, that these leftovers will provide me a wee bit more material. Okay, so I'll just chuck these in here. Now there's ingots in there. I don't know what ingots are doing in there, so let me just drop these in here. Last two. There we go. Just double check I've not got anything outlying. Open up my warehouse, drop the ingots in there, and then go to my Judgment Hour cupboard and drop in all of my armour. As you can see, there's a regular set of scale. What else have we got in here? We've got a regular set of plate as well, I believe, but I've not got the skill to use it. There we go, regular half plate breastplate. Pretty damn good. So I've got a mixture of tier 1 and tier 2 armours in this cupboard, and it's always handy to have a set of those. When I'm out patrolling, when I'm out annoying people, I'll wear tier 1. When I'm out on Judgment Hour, or if I'm defending the base, I'll wear tier 2. Or if I really can't be bothered, I'll just wear tier 2 to roam around, attack people in, because it is a good use of protection. Right. Leveling up skills. Here we go. It's really simple. I'm going to show you right now. Use workbench. Now, a cudgel, right? That's a practice weapon, a practice axe, practice bastard sword, great axe, long sword, maul, sword, and there's your staff right there. Now let me just break these down for you. Let me just pull this off to the side. I'll pull this to the left. Okay. So, At level 0, you need a bastard sword, right? So let's see what a bastard sword actually needs. So where is it? Where is it? Practice bastard sword. So you need 1 hardwood board and 1 simple rope. And you can train cavalry to level 60 using this sword, right? All you need is a dummy as well, which you can create through the furniture. Like I've shown you how to do the tubs and the drying racks. At level 0 militia, let's scroll down. You can use your tools to train militia, by the way. It's totally open to you if you want to use your tools, but you want to use a staff. Here's your staff. It requires 1 hardwood board. And it's good for blunt damage, by the way. It's really good for blunt damage, so if you want to go and knock someone out, use that. At level 0 footman, you need the axe. So you need a practice axe, and it requires only a hardwood billet and a simple rope. You can see where I'm going with this. With practice weapons, you can only practice your skills to level 60. Now, at level 0 spearman, you can use a basic spear. Now, this will kill someone. This will actually kill someone. It's got a lethal point on it. It's got a metal tip. And at level 0 guard, you can use the glaive. Now, the glaive is a cutting and piercing weapon. The cutting is like slicing butter with a hot knife. At level 0 archer, you can use a light crossbow and a simple bow. You can also use wooden bolts and standard arrows and standard bolts. It's better to make wooden bolts and wooden arrows to train up your skills. At level 0 ranger, you can make an arbalist. Now, to make these things, you need to be level 60 in bowcraft, right? So level up your bowcraft, and if you want to be an archer, then make these. Like, for example, make a simple bow. It only requires like branches and simple rope to make. It's very cheap, and these only require billets to make, and you need a knife to do that, okay? At level 0 vanguard, you can use the great axe or the maul. Again, there's the great axe and there's the maul. Now, the great axe requires a hardwood board and a simple rope. Practice maul, hardwood board and a billet. It's essentially just a board, and there's the billet right on top. Now, let me just break this down for you. At level 0, you need a knight sword to level up your knight. And then at level 0 lancer, you actually need a jousting lance. Now, to make a jousting lance, you need to actually go through your forge and anvil to do this. Let me see if I can turn this on. Right click, forge, weapons, and we need to go to jousting lance. These are all sorted alphabetically. There's your jousting lance. 1 hardwood board and 2 common bars. And there you go. These are the practice weapons that you can use to scale up your combat skills to level 60. Now, I didn't tell you about the stats. Always pay attention to the weapon, the lethal weapon that you'll be using. For example, I'll show you in here. So, in fact, there you go. There's a sword and there's a bardish, right? Now, if I press L and I go to my attributes, I've got a strength of 30, right? Now, a Nordic sword requires 12 strength to be used properly. A bardish, however, requires 45. I can't use this, even if I have the skill. Even if I have level 60 in Vanguard, which is the required skill for this weapon. It's the pinnacle of that weapon. I can't use this. I don't have the necessary strength to use this. I'll show you how. In fact, I can't even show you, because I've actually taken the skill out of it. I've actually downgraded my skills here. But what would happen is, if I was to equip this right now, and I swung this once, 50% of my stamina would instantly deplete. So I can only get 1 good swing out of this. After the second swing, I'm out of breath and I can die. I will be open to attack very easily. So always pay attention to the required skill or the required stat that you need in terms of strength for your weapons. Constitution, that's just your health pool and your equipable load. So if I go to here, I can wear a total weight of 60 before I can truly say that I'm overburdened and slow. Now, the higher that this number climbs, the lower this number goes. So I can currently run at a rate of 99% when I'm actually equipped with a sword, a pair of boots, a pair of gauntlets, a tabard, and a smithy's hammer. I can only run at 99%. If you increase your agility, this will climb. If you increase your constitution, this will climb as well. This will climb, the weight will climb. So it's always a mix and match of what you want to do. Do you want to be quick on your feet and attack people and then run quickly away? Or do you want to be a big tank, a buff character that can hold a two-handed weapon, wear plate very easily, move at a moderate speed, but also soak up lots of damage? That's why you need to pay attention to your stats. Now, intellect you don't really need because it's pointless to have. Strength, again, that just mitigates what your equipable weapon will be. For example, I've got a falchion, it only requires 16 strength. So I've actually doubled output on that. It doesn't affect the damage. It just means that this can now be used incredibly easily. Agility. Agility is your movement speed and your accuracy with missile weapons. Constitution, your actual carry weight, and your massive health pool, which mine is. Intellect just allows you to gain more skill points. Willpower is how long you sprint for and how big your inventory actually is. So mine's is at 140. I think when you enter the game it's like 100 or something, or 110 I believe, I can't remember. And luck is purely down to wearing jewellery. So if you were to wear some jewels, then you'll gain luck. That luck can then be transferred to finding regional items. Now, that also helps you find regional material to create the heavy armour that you learned the blueprints for. Get it? Anyway guys, I hope this wasn't a massive blast of information in your face, because there is a lot of information currently out there for making armour. It's simple when you narrow it all down like I have, but if you're new to the game, it's a bit of a run back and forth. Did I get that? Did I get that? Have I got this? Kind of deal. Anyway guys, if you enjoyed this episode, leave a big thumbs up. Tells me you're enjoying it. Tells me you guys want to see more of these episodes in this series. If you really enjoyed it that much, consider subscribing, ringing the little bell, and you'll stay up to date. Get an email through, hey, Mr. Feudal's got another episode out, time to watch that. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. It was a wee bit instructive, a wee bit informative for you guys who did say during the event that you weren't sure about the armour types and things like this. I hope this has cleared it up a wee bit for you. Anyway guys, for myself, all of my new armour pieces, and my sexy looking falchion, I'm Mr. Feudal. I'll see you all later.